I'm Shauna Lake.
And I'm Lauren Byram. And today we are joined by Joe Lepage, who is the Community Director for the City of Lebanon. So thank you so much for being here today. How are you?
Ladies, thanks for having me. I'm great. Thanks for having me.
Forgot your intro?
You said we...
Was that us or was it you?
Hi, welcome back to Business Boone, a product of the Boone County Chamber and hosted by Deepen Talent Strategies. I'm Shauna Lake.
And I'm Lauren Byram. And today we are joined by Joe Lepage, who is the Communications and Community Development Director for the City of Lebanon. Thank you so much for being here today.
Thanks, ladies. It's a mouthful, isn't it? The titles. Oh, I got to take a breath midway through. Thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for being here. So one thing that we like to ask all of the guests is, if your life was titled a movie, what would that be?
I'm so thankful that this was given to me ahead of time because it kind of racked my brain when I first saw it. And being a big movie fan, it's probably like the winding road, or we'll get there eventually, that type of thing, where you got to see the end of the story, but getting there kind of took some turns and some peaks and valleys, but hopefully ending up in the directions it's supposed to. So
All right.
it's a winding road, maybe.
Okay.
All right. Well,
like it.
I'm excited to hear more about that. So before we dive into the things that are happening with the City of Lebanon, tell us a little bit more about you and your background.
I grew up in the metropolis of Delphi, Indiana.
Not too far.
Yes, in Carroll County near Lafayette. Got into the broadcasting industry, and so went all over the country, moving from Colorado to Montana, and then Texas and Nebraska, Louisiana, before coming back home, raising the family, being close to family. And so got out of TV, got into a job that was kind of midway between Indianapolis and Lafayette, and we chose to be in Lebanon, and we're going to stay for just a short amount of time. And 12 years later, 13 years later, here we are, still here. So that winding road here.
Yeah,
I like that. You got to see all the corners of the United States.
You really
just
have. When
about.
people say, "Have you ever lived in?" It's probably yes, have, or can give some little feedback on it. Yeah, absolutely.
Great. You know, my husband, when we started dating, we met in college. He said, "Just so you know, I will never live in Indiana," and that was 28 years ago.
And where do you live?
We live in Boone County. Yeah.
Never say never.
Never say never. So Lebanon is experiencing a ton of growth. I mean, even just driving here, the construction, and you see something new all the time. So kind of talk to me about how you think about storytelling and messaging during this period of like change that's going on in this community.
Well, that process has been kind of an evolution as the city has continued to grow, because when I first started in my role that you read so eloquently, it was 30 words long, it was, getting it out like a fire hose, and so sharing everything and doing that being the strategy. But now as things continue to grow, trying to be more selective of things that may be a bit more hot button, and kind of wordsmithing them a little bit and helping to educate the public and getting all the news out there, but at the same time telling it in such a way that might not maybe move people towards anger, frustration, and overall dislike for their community. So it's kind of changed over the years.
Yeah. That's hard, I bet.
Yeah, and that kind of plays right into the unique role that communications plays in city government. What are some of the ways that you keep residents informed and engaged?
Well, we do have a number of different social media platforms, and we do all the Facebook, and we do Instagram and X, and we have our YouTube channel. We also are dabbling now into TikTok. We have, not myself, but someone else that is a bit more well-versed in TikTok heading that up for us. We try to hit all of our different demographics, and so for our more senior population that's maybe not out in the public as much, we add some information on our public access channel, and so they're able to access that, and through YouTube as well. But then, Facebook and Instagram continue to be the main modes of communication with the public, and getting the word out is what we hope to do, and sharing through pictures, videos, and script as well.
Nice.
So how does your role intersect with economic development and business and bringing in businesses and attracting them and supporting local employees, employers?
I think of it as like literally like a Venn diagram, where communications, community development is maybe in the center, and kind of dabbling in a lot of those different areas: economic development, community development, business attraction, all those things. I remember it was several years back that the company BASF, they had the commercial where we don't make the chair, we make it comfier. We don't make the this, and that's kind of where I see my role. Was I may not attract the business per se, I may not be the economic development professional, but hopefully I'm able to support that entity to be able to help them do their job better.
Yeah, that makes total sense.
Yeah. I know public sector communication can be high visibility, high stakes at times. I see the Facebook chatter, and sometimes people want to get people. They do, and sometimes people want to get people riled up, and then some people want to have the last word. How do you go about balancing that and trying to ensure that all voices are heard, but also make sure that that we're trying to maintain a level of decorum and all of those things?
If you have any tips, please let me know. And it is such a difficult kind of tightrope to walk, because you want to be able to engage the public, but at the same time, sometimes their just overall reaction, a lot of times people just need to get it out there about their either frustration or the questions they're asking and things along those lines, and being able to then, if a personal conversation is needed, being able to maybe reach out to that person individually and say, can we have a conversation? The one thing I don't do as the city administrator on Facebook specifically is not wade into the waters. That there's people can share their unrest and things, and using some magic 4-letter words that we end up hiding and don't allow in the comment section. But if there are people that just need to vent, allowing them kind of that for their own mental psyche to just get it out there. Providing facts all along the way, and not hiding anything, and being fully transparent, but at the same time knowing when to jump in as that double Dutch rope is going, or to stay out and maybe try to access them in a one-on-one or even a phone conversation, and being able to kind of invite them to just come in the office and chat person to person, to be able to kind of take them off of their frustration level that they're on.
Yeah. Just a follow-up question to that. What are the guidelines or legalities around what you can hide or take down versus what needs to remain as part of public record?
We work with a company, Archive Social, and so it saves all of our comments that are shared between the City of Lebanon and members of the public. We have our own privacy settings set up that if anything is derogatory, we have that in our messaging, that if there is a message that goes after one person or one group of people, we won't allow that. We're not going to stand for it, and so we will hide those comments. We don't delete anything because of the Archive Social agreement we have with them. But at the same time, knowing that adult conversations are okay, but they need to be respectful. And if they're not, then steps will be taken to alleviate that from ending up on our feed and being able to be seen by others.
That's nice that you have Archive Social. I didn't even know that something like that existed. That's great. It's
a great CYA mode that we have, where along with our police department, our fire department, our Department of Public Works, just being able to just have those things, so when if we do get sued, the city gets sued, and you hid my comment or you deleted my comment, we have the receipt of we actually didn't, and here's proof we aren't. The ones that did it, this other company that we work with, did do it, and that's what they do for a living. And
that's great.
So
that's great. That extra layer of protection.
Yeah, absolutely. You have to have it, just because people try to catch you, and that's just kind of the way that our world is right now. So.
Yeah,
unfortunately, yes.
So, kind of thinking about messaging and communication across towns within Boone County, how do you collaborate with the messaging that you're putting out with the other cities in the area?
It's a friendly rivalry, and you want there are some things where within our own Boone County, trying to attract different restaurants, different other commercial, different residential developers, and things along those lines. The term we throw around is regionalism. So if it's good for one community in our region, then it's good for everybody. But at the same time, you'd like to be able to get, what you really want in your community, but being able to have the messaging and the collaboration with Lebanon. We collaborate very well with both Zionsville and Whitestown and the other communities within Boone County as well. But being able to, at the same time, compete with them, but have it be a friendly competition of at least one of us got it, that type of thing, as opposed to going to Hendricks County or Hamilton County and elsewhere. And so being able to play nice, but at the same time, want the best for your community as well. They do the same thing, and certainly wouldn't fault those folks for it.
No, that makes sense.
Yeah. In your time in Indiana and Boone County, but then all your travels as well, what have you learned about trust and transparency and credibility that business leaders could take and apply to their world?
I'm a firm believer in my philosophy. I know I'm in the political realm, working connected with our mayor. The transparency and the honesty are always, to me, the best policy. I know we learned that as kids, but being able to share that as if you don't hide anything on the front end, you don't have to worry about it on the back end. And so, getting caught in something is a whole lot easier if you don't have anything to get caught in. And so that would be my philosophy for the business side. If there are things that don't go well, you can say it didn't go well, or this was a bad call at the time, but we learned from it, and we're able to then take that and go forward with it in a positive way. So honestly, transparency are always kind of my default.
Yeah, it sounds so simple.
It really is, and if it's good enough for the kindergartners, I think it's still good for us, right, as we get older.
It's a golden rule.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
awesome. That's great. Well, you know what we like to start our conversations with, which is about the movie title. We like to end all of our conversations with, what is something you know now that you wish you had known earlier in your career?
I have a tendency, and one of my faults is taking things too personal. And so no matter what realm it was, working as a college kid in the summers, or even with my job with the city, that post, when people would jump on it and do that, it used to be something I'd take home, or it would be something that, man, I really, that's against me. But being able to kind of differentiate between personal and professional, it may not be a personal attack of something, but maybe more professional, and being able to just kind of set those things and make sure they stay in their cupboard until it's time to take them out, that type of thing, as opposed to kind of wearing them all so much on your sleeve, just being able to maybe have a thicker skin is something I'm working on. And so I'll keep you updated if I improve in that area. But it's always been something that I've learned along the way that maybe would help others as well.
That's a great. It's a great advice, and something that I think we're all working towards. If we care about the work that we do, we are going to take it personally.
Yeah, and I really struggle with that. It was, it had affected things that I would share as a city administrator, and things along those lines was, I just can't. I'm going to post this, and then someone's going to come after what I posted, or the subject matter and things along those lines. But it's taken some time and maybe a thicker skin over the years to be able to say, that's not up to me. That's someone else's problem. It's not mine. So.
Yeah. Great advice.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I have the same problem. I have to get thicker skin.
We can work together and get a solution.
Support group.
Yeah.
So how can listeners connect with you if they want to get in touch?
Well, they can stop by anytime. I am, like I said, within the mayor's office on Meridian Street, and so right behind Hardee's in Lebanon. They can stop in there 5 days a week. And I'm also quite active on social media as well, and so they can reach out on the city's Facebook page, Instagram, all those things, see all the messages. And my email address is my first name, Joe, and then my last name, Lepage, at lebanon.in.gov. Be happy to have a conversation. And we do a podcast as well, the Love in Lebanon podcast. That's our hashtag, Love in Lebanon. And so love to help get the word out, have a conversation, and always want to meet new people. So
That's great.
Yes.
Polite, respectful conversations.
polite, respectful, four-letter words that might get you banned. We'll keep those out of the convo. But,
That's great. Joe, thank you so much for being with us.
pleasure.
It's been great.
Thanks, ladies.
Yes,
Thank you.
Thank you.
And we will be back with more insightful conversations. Until then, continue leading and growing with purpose.